What's up, guys? Classy Metal here with a very long overdue unpackaging, unboxing video. I know it's been, uh, I mean, not in the grand scheme of things, it hasn't been a long time, but for my general uploads, it has been about 2 weeks, I would say. Just haven't had much time. I will get into that and possibly the future state of this channel in a little bit later video. But as for now, I do have two packages here that are way overdue. As I was saying, this one, they're both purchases that I made through eBay. I purchased this package from the seller jaggerjones that I've mentioned on this channel several times. That his eBay store will be linked up in the description. I've had this here for like 2 weeks and I haven't opened it yet. This package I ordered from brutalbands. I ordered it from their eBay store. I ordered this in April. It fell off the USPS tracking tool. It just kind of disappeared in Des Moines, Iowa, around the 25th of April, and did not start moving again until about a week ago, and it finally made it here. So that one is definitely long overdue for me to open. I will link up both of these sellers' eBay stores. They both combine shipping. They both have some pretty awesome stuff going most of the time. So I'm going to get into the jaggerjones package first, just because that one is fresher on my memory. jaggerjones has become probably one of, if not my favorite eBay seller to purchase from. There's always tons of underground metal. There's usually lots of death metal, but I've gotten black metal, thrash, doom metal from them in the past. And there's always a plethora of good stuff going. He does auctions, and he does combined shipping, as I was saying earlier. Just bid and win the ones that you want to win, and then send him a request for an invoice, and he will invoice and combine shipping for you and all that good stuff. He always writes me little notes saying thank you. I do appreciate the fact that he takes the time to do that. I always like to promote his eBay store any chance I can, and have you guys go check it out. I think it was 5 CDs that I purchased this time around. He even takes the effort to wrap up. He puts a little plastic wrap on digipacks. If you win a digipack auction, he kind of saran wraps them up to protect the digipack. So I appreciate him taking the time to do that as well. Definitely just a top-notch seller, and as I was saying, probably one of my favorite sellers to purchase from on eBay as a whole. If I can get this wrap off of there, I'll show you what I got. This one is Disembowel with their Act of Invocation EP. I think this originally came out in 2014, I'm wanting to say. This is the Disembowel that is a death metal project out of Chile. Pretty solid stuff right here. Not just too long in the runtime. It's only 4 tracks, but it's some killer, just dark themed, occult themed death metal. So definitely a good one there. I will try to link up not only the seller stores for eBay, but I'll try to find something for each of these albums and each of these releases, or at least these projects, so you guys can check them out for yourself if you choose to do so. And it looks like he threw me a freebie in. Sometimes he does throw me some free stuff in there if I've done several orders. This is a band called Grave in the Sky with Cutlery Hits China, English for the hearing impaired. I am not familiar with this at all, so this will be something completely new for me to check out. I may listen to this and then jump in the description when I'm linking this stuff up and kind of give my 2 cents on what this is. But as I said, this is Grave in the Sky, so that is a project that I have not heard before. Next up, we've got some death metal. This is Lago with Sea of Duress. This was released on Unique Leader. I think this came out in 2018. I think it is the latest full length from Lago. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Lago. Still has the little security sticker up on the top. I'm going to take that off. Pretty good death metal here. This is actually the first album that I'm going to own, the first release from Lago, so I'm glad to have this in the collection. Fits in well with what you kind of would expect from Unique Leader as far as death metal goes. There is some technicality going on this, definitely, but it is a good listen, and I'm glad to add this project into my collection. Next up, we've got some ambient black metal, kind of industrial, atmospheric ambient black metal. This is a Phobonoid, I guess is how you pronounce that. Phobonoid with Orbita. This is the first release from this project. I believe they've released something after this, at least one album after this, but this is my introduction to the band. This was released on Dust Tone. Pretty solid stuff here. If you're into ambient black metal, if you're into a little bit of industrial type stuff in your black metal, looks like the teeth got a little messed up. I'll have to swap this case out after the video. There's the inside. But good stuff. I was actually listening to this a little bit earlier on a YouTube stream, so now I can finally crack the CD out and listen to it on the stereo. As I said, this stuff has been here for almost 2 weeks, and I'm just now getting it open. It's a bit ridiculous. Next up, we have Feto and Fetus with From Blistering to Violence. This is some more death metal. Good solid stuff here. I don't remember where this project is from. It's on Self-Made God Records. Pretty solid stuff. This is one that I listened to when I saw that the auctions were coming to an end. I had not heard this project prior, and I gave it a little listen because I think it was going fairly cheap. And I listened to a couple songs on YouTube, and I liked it. And I knew doing the combined shipping, I probably wouldn't find it any cheaper than that. So I went ahead and jumped on the auction and purchased this one. Good solid death metal here. And I will link that up in the description for you guys as well. And then last but not least, we got a band out of, I believe they're out of Portland, Oregon. This is Serum Dreg with Lustful Vengeance. This is a full length. I think this one came out in 2018 as well. Good stuff here. This is blackened death metal. Gets a little, not quite, I wouldn't say war metalish, but it has that vibe. Kind of creeps into it throughout the playtime of this release. I dug this quite a bit. I'm going to seek out some more material from these guys, definitely, if it is available. But good solid stuff there out of Portland. Again, that is Serum Dreg, or Dreg. And then, as I was saying, this is a package that I purchased from Brutalbands eBay, and it was like first part of April that I purchased this, and it just got here this past week. I don't know why it decided to sit in Des Moines, Iowa, of all places. This package was mailed out of Minnesota. I'm in Tennessee, and it's sent in Iowa for 2 months. So, Brutalbands, they always have some good killer stuff in their eBay store. Definitely has some good prices on their stuff. Not much on the communication. I sent them a message when this package disappeared. I was not looking for a refund or that type of stuff. I was just giving them a heads up that it disappeared and that I'd opened a USPS claim, not a claim, but a search request. I was just like, hey, this package is stuck in Des Moines. I'm doing the request. If it happens to get returned to you, just wanted you to know that it's been stuck there, and I had the search request, and then I never got a reply back. I sent a message when this came in saying that I was going to show it in this video and shout out their eBay store, and still never got any kind of response. But at least the music that they offer is good and at a good price. So this should be 5 CDs as well. I'd hope so, because at this point I think it's way past the point of me doing anything, because the order was made so long ago. But it looks like everything is here. First up, this is a band that it was like early 2000s death metal. I own the release that came out after this. I think the release that I already owned came out, I think, around 2004. This one came out in 2002. This is Urshurark with Architecture of Perfect Damnation. Good, solid. This is a band that usually you can find their albums for next to nothing. I know the one that I own, I think it's like Beyond the Pandemonium, something along those lines. I've had several copies of that come into my possession just through grab bags and mystery lots and that type stuff. And you can always find that CD so cheap, but I love that album. And I saw this was on brutalbands going cheap as well, so I went ahead and added their other full length into my collection. I don't know the status of the band. I believe that's the only 2 full lengths that they've ever put out, but I'm glad to have a copy of this in my possession now. Moving on. This is one that I got this band mistake. I mistook this band for another band that I appreciate. They have the same name. The name of the band is SauroN, like Lord of the Rings SauroN, and the name of this album is For a Dead Race. The band that I thought it was the kind of black and thrash band out of Detroit that I enjoy that band quite a bit. I started listening to some of this stuff on eBay, and I'm not on eBay, on YouTube. And this was not the same band. It sounded nothing like the Detroit black and thrash. This is black metal, raw black metal out of, I believe they're out of Sweden. But this is pretty solid stuff. It's kind of one of those happy mistakes, because I dug this quite a bit once I got to kind of diving into and listening to the stuff like online, listening to streams of it and that type deal. This was released on Neurotic Records. I'm not sure. I know it's been out a while. I'm not sure exactly what year that this came out, but it has definitely been out for a little bit of time. It is very solid, straightforward black metal, very raw elements going on in that. And even though it wasn't what I thought it was when I purchased it, that was my mistake, but it was a happy mistake, because it is something that I did end up enjoying. This album that I'm going to show now is the reason for this whole order. The wrap was already peeling, so I'm just going to take it out. This is Kamikabe with Aberration of Man. Some kind of technical death metal. Good stuff here. Another release off of Unique Leader. This came out in 2012, and I believe this is the last release that this project has put out. I'm not sure the status of the band now. I don't know if they're still together or not. But it is very solid, very capable, straightforward, technical death metal. I enjoy this quite a bit. I've been wanting to add a copy of this in the collection forever. And I can remember Sean Count Blagreth doing a review for this album, and it had to be around 2012, 2013 when I saw that review, and it's just been like playing in the back of my mind that I wanted to pick up a copy of this for about that period of time. Saw it on brutalbands for a price that I could not pass up, especially with the combined shipping with the other stuff, so I went ahead and jumped on it, and glad to have that in the collection now. That's just a kind of dated myself there, talking about how long I've been wanting that album. So next up, we have a one-man brutal death metal project. I believe this is out of Spain. This is Thirst of Revenge with Annihilation of Races. Very solid stuff right here. I think this project has about four or five full lengths under its belt already. This was released from Comatose Music. This has also been out a while, 2011, so it's been out about 10 years. This is kind of like fit right in the middle of the other releases from this project. I do own some of the other material, but I did not have a copy of this. And this was, I think they were practically almost just giving this away when I made the purchase on this, so I couldn't pass that one up either. And then we have some thrash metal, finishing it off with a little bit different pace. We have some thrash. This is a Viravoid with Thrown to the Wolves. This is a compilation featuring the EP, the early EP. They had one EP that came out before this compilation. It has some live tracks. It has some Plague Called Warfare lineup. I don't know. It's got different band lineups. It's got a little bit of everything on here, but it is a solid little compilation from Viravoid. They have undergone like member changes, sound changes, even band name changes since this came out. They went to kind of a blackened, almost a blackened thrash type sound right after this, and then I don't remember the name of that project. And then now they're just doing straightforward black metal, and the name of that project starts with a V. I cannot, off the top of my head, I've completely forgot. But this is their thrash metal. This is kind of the origins of the project, and I actually enjoy their thrashy stuff. So this EP will be well received into the collection here. It's got two different lineups of the band. It's got their Plague Called Warfare full length is on here, Plague EP, and then Death by Metal EP. That's what's on this compilation. And this was the last thing that they released. So good to have pretty much all of their material on one album there. So that's all I've got for this video. I don't know when the next one will come. Metalhead box is on the way, the June Metalhead box. I know it's almost towards the end of July. But unfortunately, this will be my last Metalhead box that I have coming for a while. As I was saying, I'll kind of get into that stuff a little bit later and kind of the future state of this channel. That one will be a little bit of a special Metalhead box dissection video as well. I have one other kind of big thing that I've planned with the Rick from the Dreadful Minutes. That one's still under construction, and then we'll get that up, and I will have, hopefully within the next week, just a video, a channel update video, moving forward, what to expect from this channel, what not to expect, and we'll just go from there. If time allows. I don't know. I'm fighting against pretty much everything for time and attention to do this channel right now, so we'll just kind of touch on that, and I still have some pondering and self-thinking and reflection to do as far as the future of this channel. But I will link up everything that I just showed in this video, so if you saw something that you would like to check out a little bit further, it will be linked up in the description. That's all I've got for today. Stay classy, stay metal, and I will see you guys soon. I promise.